Oh, hey. Hey, what's up? Hey, thanks for being here with me right now. It's pretty cool. Out of all the videos you could choose, I don't know why I picked this one, but hey, I'll take it. I do want to tell you one thing before we get going into this. This video isn't really that good. I'm unfortunate to say because I made it, but there's a couple of hiccups on my part. One, it wasn't really planned out. It's kind of spur of the moment. Something happened. I thought of the idea and I just banged it out. Didn't really put together a cohesive idea. I was just like, well, I got a concept. Let's just roll with it. I thought maybe after editing, I could make it a little better, but it's still not there. The points are still valid. There's some pretty solid points in there, nonetheless. But the overall presentation, kind of goofy, kind of a little clunky, kind of a little awkward. I don't know. I guess it is what it is. Anyhow, that's all I wanted to do was just come here and let you know before you got started on this thing. So, if you choose to dip, I get it. Don't worry about it. But if you choose to stay, hey, that's pretty cool too. And thanks for that. Thanks for the support. Much appreciated. And see you around. So if you're still here, enjoy. Mr. B is a YouTuber who has a decent following. As you can see, he's got 1.21 million subscribers. Typically what his videos, his content is it's political, but more based on like older political stuff, presidents of the past, the settling and the buildup of the United States, etc. He also goes into some things such as talking about, like in this one up here, 10 worst federal laws. He talks about laws. He'll give you little insights as to what some processes are and such. In any case, obviously it's a decent channel. He does have a lot of content. As I said in the beginning, he has like 700 and something videos. He has 789 videos, and obviously he was able to amass 1.2 million subscribers. So this might seem kind of random why I'm talking about this guy, and we'll get into that later. Personally, he's somebody that I used to watch fairly regularly. I liked his videos. He puts together a decent presentation. His persona is a little goofy and kind of stiff and awkward, and I don't know if that's on purpose, like he's just making a character, or if he's just really stiff and awkward and that's just how he is. I've never been able to figure that out, but that's beside the point. Point is his stuff was good. I liked listening to what he was talking about. I liked learning about history, learning about the old elections and stuff, what happened for for Washington's presidency and all that. But more recently, things have been kind of changing with him. I always was under the assumption that he was neutral, like he presented his information in an unbiased, like from a political standpoint, an unbiased manner. But more recently, he's been very biased seeming. He doesn't really straight up come out and say things that seem biased, but he makes videos that are very more left-leaning. And he's got a lot of posts on Twitter, X, whatever, that are very like anti-Trump's policies and stuff. And this is something that you never saw under Biden. Now, keep in mind, Biden was easily our worst president in modern history, and easily one of the bottom 10 presidents of all time. And he never talked crap about him once. You never saw anything negative talking about that failure. But Trump's been in office now for, 4 months? And his X feed is regularly always criticizing something about Trump. So as such, because I know that he has this big bias, I don't really watch his content anymore. And it's not because of it's being leftist or whatever. Yeah, I don't align with the left. I'm not a Democrat. I don't any of that nonsense. But that's not why I don't watch his content. I don't watch it because I feel like maybe secretly he's always had this bias in his videos and I just never knew before. And when I'm trying to learn about history, I want to learn how it is objectively, not subjectively, and somebody putting in their personal, how they feel about things. I want to know just what it is. What's the information? And so now I'm wondering if all these videos that I've watched in the past were tilted in one direction instead of just down the middle like they should be. So personally, I don't watch this stuff anymore. Anyways, all of this is pretty irrelevant so far, but there is a reason why I'm making this video, and it's because of this. So, over on my X, I like to talk a lot of crap here and there. As you can see, under my replies, oh, this is just reposts. I thought this was actually show my replies. But, you know, I do a lot of talking crap, and majority of the time, nobody ever answers. It's just me kind of just talking into the wind. But I don't care, because it still will get engagement. I still get likes. I still get people that'll follow me. But this time, I posted a response on Mr. Beat, and he actually responded. Now, personally, getting a response from him was actually kind of cool because, you know, he's relatively big. I mean, I don't know what his following is here on Twitter, X, whatever it is, 67,000. So, you know, it's decent here, but obviously he's got a much larger following on, come on, are you serious right now? A much larger following on YouTube. So that means he deals with comments and stuff regularly and ignores them. So for him to actually respond to my random response was kind of cool. Like, wow, you think that my comment is worthy enough to actually get a response? You know what I mean? Because, like, at that level, when you have 1.2 million subscribers, you're going to have a lot of comments in all of your videos, and so you kind of just ignore them. You don't really engage anymore because it's just too much to. So for him to pick me was kind of cool. But anyways, let's just get into it so then I can really get into what the whole point of this video is. So he responded to this tweet, whatever you want to call it, a truth, I guess, from Trump. Basically, this is pretty long. I'm not going to read it, but it says something. It's along the lines of how, you know, the illegals need to be deported. There should be no issues with this. You know, not everybody needs to get trials and stuff because A, they're illegal, and B, it would take forever to do it with all the illegals that are here. We just need to, you know, they were just let in by Biden. We need to just get rid of them. So anyways, Mr. Beat said, yes, we can give everyone a trial, and yes, we will give everyone a trial because we are a republic, not a dictatorship. Which, first off, I don't know if those caps mean anything. I would assume so because, you know, his response to me wasn't in all caps, so I'd assume that he's putting that for, like, emphasis. Second off, though, I don't really understand what us being a republic versus a dictatorship has to do with anything. That seems kind of mute. I mean, I guess a dictatorship is a little bit more, what you say is what goes, but I don't know, it just seems kind of like a semi-weak argument. Like, oh, everyone's going to get a trial because we're a republic and not a dictatorship. Okay, that's why? You have no better reason? That's the whole reason why? But anyways, as you can see, it says this reply was hidden by the original post author, which was me. He apparently must have blocked my response or something. I don't understand why. It's kind of annoying. But what I said was, no, illegals are criminals who don't belong in this country. They don't get to have the protections that the Constitution offers us. So no, they don't need to have a trial. They can just be booted out because, you know, they shouldn't have been let in by a weak president that we just had in the first place. So getting rid of them is fine. It's not really exactly what I said, but it was along those lines. Anyways, he came back and said, wrong. For someone who doesn't like Trump, it's funny that he steals his catchphrase, though. Wrong. Trials are for all persons accused of a crime. Read the Constitution. All right, so I wanted to pause it right there because that end line is annoying and stupid. You know, read the Constitution. Let me show you, as Phil Leotardo from Sopranos would say, a couple of three things.
Let me tell you a couple of three things.
First off, let's just move this camera. See that poster back there? What is this poster? Oh, yeah, it is the fucking Constitution. I got the Constitution on my wall. Ha! Gay! Okay, I see this thing every single day. You want to talk to me about reading the Constitution? Also, I got a handy-dandy book as well of the Constitution. See, what does that say? The Constitution of the United States. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't come at me about reading the Constitution, dickbag. Do you have it on your wall to look at every single day? I highly doubt it. Do you have a book to read on the go for no reason? Highly doubt it. Now, I guess in fairness to him referencing the Constitution, I mean, there is some validity there because it does mention trials. You know, we have the Sixth Amendment, Article 3, Section 2, Clause 3, and the Seventh Amendment. However, when you actually read these, you know, Sixth Amendment, speedy and public trial, impartial jury, right to counsel, right to conform witnesses, right to compulsory process, notice of the nature and cause of the accusation. Well, this would all be for actual citizens. There's nothing there that says an illegal gets to get these. Article 3, Section 2, Clause 3, trial by a jury. Well, you're not going to have a proper jury of other illegals if you're illegal in the first place. trial in the state where the crime was committed. Well, since you don't even belong to any state, you shouldn't be able to get a trial in a state because you don't belong in the country in the first place. So that means your trial would have to be in your country. Exception for crimes not committed in a state. If a crime is not committed within a state, the trial shall be held at the location designated by Congress. Exactly, which Congress can say, okay, back to their own country. 7th Amendment, jury trial in civil cases. Preserves the right to a jury trial in civil cases where the value in controversy exceeds $20. Okay, that's pointless. That's for a small claims court. Protection against re-examination of facts. Prevents a court from overruling facts found by a jury. Okay, that's also kind of pointless. Yeah, but they ensure that the accused have the opportunity to defend themselves against the government's charges in a transparent and accountable process. Exactly. So, as we just looked at, sure, all that stuff's in the Constitution, but it's for citizens. It's implied by how it's written that it's for citizens. It's protections for the citizens of the country, the said country, which in this case is the U.S., against its own government. It has nothing to do with illegals coming in. That there's nothing to do with an illegal coming in. Illegals don't belong here. Why would they get to have the same rights and privileges?
Well, it was my pleasure, Mary.
As a citizen, if they aren't, they're nothing. They're not even visiting. They didn't get the proper passport or visa or whatever. They're just here. They just walked on in because some dickhead, worthless president allowed them to. You know, that's like if your neighbor is a multi-millionaire and he invites you over for dinner one day and now you're in the house and you're like, oh, cool. Since I'm in this house, I'm entitled to some of your money. No, that's his money. It doesn't make it your money because you're in his house. You know, or let's say you go to a college. You're not enrolled there, but you just kind of like crash in a class. You're just walking around the corridors and like, hey, this class looks cool. And you just walk in and think you're going to have a seat. Well, you're not going to be able to stay there. You're not going to be able to get lessons and then eventually get a degree because you're not even enrolled in the school. The teacher's going to be like, oh, who are you? What are you doing here? What class are you looking for? And then when you tell them, oh, I don't even go to this school, then they're going to have you leave and then take it from there. Maybe get security involved. If security can't handle you properly, get the police involved. Like, you don't get to just stay there and get all the privileges of that college because you're just there now. Hey, I just walked in the door, so I guess I'm a student. So, like I said, you're not going to get a diploma, which would be like a benefit of going to college. You're not going to be able to get any other benefits of being a student, such as like discounts at a store with your student ID or be able to participate in school activities and stuff like that. Likewise, an illegal coming into the country doesn't get all that due process and stuff. What you get is booted the F out back to your country. Let's put it this way. If I went to another country and got caught for whatever reason, you know, and obviously by the police.
Well, no shit.
And they arrested me, I wouldn't expect to be sitting in their jails and then have to go to court in their country. I would expect that I'm going to get booted out. They're going to extradite me back to the U.S. and then I'll face stuff here, possibly, depending on how the U.S. feels. Either, you know, if they have to prosecute me because of what I did or, you know, whatever. But that's how I would think it would go. Not, oh, well, I guess I'm in this country, so you got to prosecute me here. What does your Constitution say? Since it all started with Beat commenting on something that Trump posted, let's just continue. He says, how can Biden let millions of criminals into our country totally unchecked and unvetted with no legal authority to do so? Yet I, in order to make up for this assault to our nation, am expected to go through a lengthy legal process separately for each and every criminal alien. As usual, two different standards, only leading to the complete and total destruction of the USA. Make America great again. Which, yes, that's very true. Why is it that Biden can just let all these morons just come on in, no problem at all? Yeah, just walk on in. Yep. And then to get rid of them, though, you got to go through all this process. It makes no sense at all. These people don't belong here in the first place. You had no problem letting them in, though, but then to get rid of them and send them back to their country, it's got to be the biggest project in the world? Why? Anyways, to end things, I said, yeah, all persons who actually belong to said country, which in this case, obviously, is the U.S., I said, some dickhead just walking across the border doesn't belong, which means they don't get those protections. And then I said, why the hell are you so hell-bent on trying to defend illegals being deported back to where they came from? Which, that is a solid ending comment. Like, why is the left always backwards? Why do they, like this? Why do they want to defend keeping illegals here? I mean, you get that one dumb congressperson who went down to El Salvador or something, to try to meet with that MS-13 gang member that was deported. Oh, he's a Maryland man, as all the media calls him. Oh, he's a Maryland man. No, he's not. He's a criminal, and he was deported. But yeah, so he's where he belongs. You don't go down there and waste taxpayer money to fly down there when you're supposed to be representing us, whatever state you're from, you idiot. I think he's Illinois or something. Which, look at that state, if he is from Illinois. The irony. I didn't even think of that until just now. But yeah, you're going to go over there and try to get a criminal back? Just like this, Mr. Beaton. Oh, they all deserve due process. No, they don't. They don't belong here. They're not even a visitor. It's like they're hiding from crimes that they committed in their own country. Oh, I know, I'll go hide in the United States, then I can't be prosecuted. Yeah, well, fuck you. That's what ICE is for. We'll prosecute you. But yeah, and then what else are they dumb about? This has nothing to do with what this video is about, but just talking about the left being stupid. It's like, even with Tesla now. Tesla, they're all trying to boycott that, burn Teslas. Oh, Elon Musk, he's bad. 5 months ago, they were all about EV vehicles. Oh, we love EV vehicles. Oh, we gotta get a Tesla. Now all of a sudden, because he's working with Trump, that all of a sudden now he's terrible. Like, he's doing very good stuff. He's eliminating a ridiculous amount of waste that the government has been doing over all these years. But, he's cleaning it up, and now, because he's with Trump, it's terrible. If he was cleaning up with Biden, I bet she'd be fantastic still. Oh, Musk. But, he's with Trump, so, he's bad. Oh, he's a Nazi. Like, how dumb do you have to be to even say something like that, to believe something like that? And then the whole situation with Trump, too. Why do they hate him for? They don't even know why. They just do because they're being programmed to. The whole entire media outlet is all Democrat-run. And so it's like, they all say, hate Trump, so then all these robots, okay, I hate Trump. He is bad. TV told me so. I have no reason why I think this. I just do. Like, what has he done that's so terrible? His first term was way better than anything Barack could have offered. Because he was the president before. That's why I'm saying that. Way better. He had the economy going excellently. He had peace through strength. No new wars happened. He went to North Korea. Who the heck's ever done that before? But, he's so terrible, right? Oh, my God. Oh, he sends a few mean tweets here and there. I can't handle words. And then now what's so bad? I mean, he's trying to steamroll America to be fucking awesome. These tariffs, the tariffs are good. It's bringing manufacturing and everything back to the country, to this country, which in turn, especially from China, is saving IP. China just steals your IP. First off, my company, we have a proprietary line of products that we sell. We got a sample that came from China from one of our customers looking to order a similar package. That package is our package. It matches up exactly perfect with our proprietary package. China somehow, through the grapevine, got a package of ours, copied it, and now they're selling it like it's theirs. So that's one thing. It's saving all of our proprietary information instead of letting China rip us off. Two, it's bringing tons and tons of work back. Again, back to my country. The amount of quotes that we've been getting this month is insane. I know because I do the quoting as part of my job. And it's like every day it's just quote, 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 quote. I get one done. I have 3 more on my table. I finished off those 3. I got 6 more to do. It's constant. And and I guarantee it's because of all the stuff from China. That's what all our customers are saying. Oh, we don't want to work with China anymore because the tariffs are too high and stuff. So we're hoping that if we can find something cheaper here. That's what they all say. They were working with China, and now China is way too expensive, so they're leaving. So it's all good. But these people on the left are too dumb to realize that. Tariffs, it makes stuff more expensive for us. No, it's called a bargaining chip, and it helps us in the long run. Stupid. Also, we've been getting ripped off by every other country for all these years. Now we finally have somebody who's trying to level the playing field, make things more even, and it's, oh my God, it's so terrible. I can't believe it. You're not going to let us get ripped off anymore by every other country? Oh, this guy's horrible. Same as what's going on with Doge, though. Back to Elon. All that is good, too. What's wrong with eliminating waste? All that's going to do is either A, actually be able to reduce our taxes since the government won't need as much anymore to keep wasting our money with. B, maybe we could get some refunds. You stop wasting all this money. Now instead of a fake stimulus like what Biden did, just giving out money that we didn't have, just print it. Oh, we can just print more. No, now you'd actually have a little bit of a surplus now that you're not wasting all this money, so everyone can get a true refund. Hey, we got $2 billion that we saved instead of wasting. We're going to divvy up amongst every American. I mean, I guess that wouldn't be much. 350 million people divided by 2 billion. It's like not much. Not even $10 each. But you know what I'm trying to say. You could get, so there's that's positive. Or if they kept taxing us the same way, well then that's more money that you could put towards internal things, internal investments, whether it's bringing down the national debt finally, instead of talking about the deficit. I hate hearing about the deficit all the time. Deficit means nothing. All that means is, hey, month X, I spent $1 trillion on credit. This month I spent 500 billion. I cut the deficit by 50%. Okay, well, in those 2 months, you still added $1.5 trillion to the debt, so I don't give an F about your dumb deficit. So with this extra money, maybe we can actually start bringing the debt down instead of just talking about deficit all the time like that matters. You know, or we can invest, like I was saying, in the country, build up our infrastructure, make things way awesome. All these other countries have awesome stuff that actually focus on their own infrastructure. No, us, we're worried about every other country. Oh, Ukraine, you need some money? Here you go. Oh, this country, you need some money? Here you go. And then us, it's like, we're going to take money from you citizens, but not use it here at all. We're going to give it to everyone else. So, you know, maybe this could be a good thing too, to actually start focusing on us and building up our country to be awesome instead of worrying about everyone else all the time. It's all good stuff. But the left is so brain dead that for some reason they can't see this. And apparently Mr. Beat is on that same list, which is kind of unfortunate because, like I said, he makes cool videos. And, you know, I liked learning from him. I liked listening to him. But now it's just like, ugh, I'm not going to listen to a dumb political slant that I know is full of nonsense and their favorite word, misinformation and stuff. But anyways, yeah, this rant, this whole video went on a little tangent at the end, but, you know, it all kind of tied in because we're talking about Trump, and then, you know, Elon is now Trump adjacent and stuff, and it just kind of trailed on from there. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Mr. B, very, very random video, but there was a whole point, and it's just because I engaged with him and he actually engaged back, but it was the most brain dead nonsense that could have possibly happened. Like, you know, oh yeah, we need to defend illegals. There's constitutional rights. Not for somebody that doesn't fucking belong here.